And we're live, if I'm right. Let's see if there's going to be some delay here. But welcome to the live stream, everybody. Erik, do the intro. What intro? Okay. So
the wooting intro. Wait, I could use a special effect. Whoa.
Oh!
Okay, well, that was a blast.
Welcome to the live stream. This stream is going to be very interesting. We have a lot of stuff to share, much more than the last one. We have 5 things that we're going through. That's one more than that's in the description. We're going to start off with this live stream. Did we solve the problem? And we're talking about this PCB shifting and double checking, confirm what we would still do in Taiwan. Then our result, a result of all the testing that we did, really positive things that happened because of all our testing. And then the third is we're going to talk a little bit about some gaming news. We thought we would change the live stream set format a little bit so we could also talk things outside of wooting that are interesting. And then we have something to share about review keyboards. And finally, we'll go into a showcase game, and today's game is Rive. It's not one of the games that was requested because honestly, you guys, they're a little bit boring requests. No, I'm just joking. I think there are some big games that we're able to do. We've had GTA, we have Rocket League, and I think the other one that's requested quite often is Arma. But Arma we're not able to do yet until we have our gamepad compatibility. And that's coming. So we're going to go through the big games too. And tomorrow there will be a video about GTA. Last week in the live stream we also did GTA. Tomorrow's video will show that again, but then with more Wootility stuff. So, and Cop Vampire already says, where's Horizon 3? And still, I'll repeat, I tried, but it's only for Xbox itself, not for the PC, unless I was looking at the wrong place.
Aren't all Xbox games for PC these days? Most of them? The new ones?
Yes, but then it's probably only in the Windows Store. Oh, it was only in the Windows Store, and nobody buys stuff in the Windows Store.
We never buy stuff.
Yeah.
But there's another thing you're kind of missing. There's one big difference. Where's Jeroen?
Oh, and we're today's live stream. We're 2 people. We have Erik on my right side, and Erik on your left side. Hey, oh, or no, this hey. The other side. Hey.
Hello, hello. No
problem. Because you can't make it today. No problem. Erik is way much cooler anyway. So. And
I'm way cooler. I think you wouldn't deserve that day off for once.
Yeah,
he's been working his ass off the last couple of weeks, and he needed some Taiwan time.
Yeah, and himself. Yeah, there's a lot being thrown at him being the main engineer, and there's no keyboard's not done yet. So there's a lot to do. Always. So let's start with the first topic. Before we jump into the first topic, if you're watching the video, down below in the description there are time links. You can jump into the different topics. Live stream people watching live now, feel free to ask any questions during the conversation, and we'll make some breaks in between for some Q&A. Okay, so
where's the music holder?
Oh, and
search all morning for music.
Oh my gosh!
Isn't there?
Let me turn on the music here. Tune it up, DJ.
Dun, 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 dun. Will there be a 65% version of the keyboard in the future? Will there be? Maybe.
We'll keep asking these kind of questions. Let them come in, and we'll answer them all at one time. And with the 65%, maybe is a good answer. But we should know that all of us at Wooting are really interested in small factor keyboards. Small. We don't like big ass keyboards, so.
But it doesn't mean there will never be a full size version.
Doesn't mean there will never be a full. It's just that we have a different take on full size than your regular full size. Oh my god, am I saying too much? Okay. All right. So the first topic: did we solve the problem? And when we refer to the problem, we're talking about this PCB shift. and we talked about it in the vlog, we talked about it in the last live stream, and in the blog, meaning that the PCB shifted a little bit, and that caused misalignment for a lot of keys, and that's what our main problem was with the last mass production, so we had to stop it. And so we came back from China, and in Taiwan we started testing and looking at everything we were thinking was correct, and it seems that, yeah, we are. And there's no more PCB shift, and there's no other problem that's influencing the keyboard. And even so, we learned a lot from all the testing, and this brought some really awesome news that we'll share in a minute. But first, with solving the problem comes, of course, a new production day. So what's the new production day, Eric?
I'm not sure. No,
Yeah.
It's very soon. It's actually around the corner now.
In middle of May. And
Yep.
we are already starting to get ready for our visas, and making the trip to China again. We don't have a pinpointed date yet. We'll get that in a week or so, I think. It's just not pinpointed because, and this is the point of all our testing, thanks to all the testing that we've done, there was a new development, a new positive development. And this development is about a machine. And in the last blog, I talked a little bit about this machine, but I didn't go into any details. But this machine is a custom machine for testing analog range. And that one, it was proposed by after we've done a lot of testing, we had to do it manually with, oh, you have it there, Eric, but you're using it now, aren't you? For the camera.
The height meter? Yeah,
The
yeah,
height
I'm
meter, yeah.
using it now.
Okay.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah,
It's
so
like a yeah, I shouldn't fuck around with it too much.
So, so basically, when we want to test analog range on the keyboard, we need a machine to measure millimeter by millimeter, and on the PC, see what analog value does it have per millimeter. That's how we test the range. Thing though is, we used to do it with this regular height meter, which you can only test per key, and it costs a lot of time to set up for the measuring, and then you're measuring, you need to record all the measurements, and you know, then we did like maybe 8 keys per keyboard, for example, and then went to the next keyboard, and it took a lot of time. It's also what we spent all our time on that time, and we never really needed something more than that because we never faced this issue that we had before, and it was very hard to quickly find what was happening by testing this manually per key. So the manufacturer proposed, hey, we can make a special machine that can test the analog range of all the keys at the same time if Wooting can make the software for it. And obviously that was a no-brainer. We said, yes, we should have a machine that can test the analog range of all the keys at the same time, because it would have multiple benefits. It would have benefit of speeding up our research, but also during the production, we have a super perfect quality control.
Q&A test.
Yeah, and this means that every keyboard during the next mass production will go through this machine, test on analog range, and it will fit exactly within the specifications that we give, and that's awesome.
Yeah, because I think you guys can compare it to the machine. Well, if you guys watched the vlogs Colin even made, there was a machine where Colin pressed like 2 buttons, and there was a machine that pushed all the keys down. You could compare it to that machine, but then we have more control and everything is more automated, and also the results will be recorded automatically, which is a good thing, because then on the screen it just says NG or okay, and but then it tests it on more in a deeper sense to the machine you guys saw. So that's pretty awesome, and that's also a thing where Jeroen worked on the last couple of weeks, or week, 2 weeks.
Well, one of the things, yeah. Been a very busy guy, and this machine will finish in about 2 weeks, I think. No, ending next week somewhere. Ending April. And this is one of the things that's keeping us from starting production straight away. But there's another thing. Because from our first production, which we stopped, the material, specifically the PCB that we had that time, we can't use it again right now, and we don't want to use it again until we can measure it with that machine and make 100% sure it doesn't have any issue inside. But right now, it's comparatively faster to make new PCBs first, and then use the machine for Q&A, for quality assurance, so Q&A testing during the production. Otherwise, those old PCB have to be, tested first, and then, maybe like from the 1,200 are okay, who knows, and then you still need to make new PCBs. So that also meant that we needed all these new components for the new PCBs. And you see already Erik is like, oh man.
That was a bit of a struggle because normally we have like one supplier, which we thought was the best to get some of the components, but they didn't have everything in stock. And sometimes for components, the lead time on these things is like 20 weeks if you order something from the factory. And
it's crazy.
That's way too long for us. So that's why we went on a quest all over the world to search for the components we needed.
Go ahead.
Yeah, well, we went on a quest and we searched all different websites and databases where we could find all the components and stuff we needed to make the keyboard. But I think we've now everything we need for the first and second production. And we also did some back orders because in summer we want to do some more productions. And we've also sent them in back order when we want more components at certain time intervals.
I think that's one of the things that we've also learned in these last couple of weeks is we had to change our mindset from project-based towards a continuous production. And we're slowly making that transition. And we had to make that transition earlier than we thought we would. I mean, we didn't really plan on it that much, but we had to make that transition earlier and faster than we thought we had to because of these really long lead times, and we can't keep waiting on everything. And
that's why we need to plan ahead. So we have now multiple productions planned throughout the year already, which is super awesome.
So
and also exciting.
So I have actually a 3D drawing of the machine that we can share.
Oh, wait. Before you show
let's
walk through some questions.
Exactly.
Elgo Noon, will there be a split version at some point? Maybe.
All your questions about keyboards, answer is maybe.
Maybe, yeah. I think it won't be anytime soon. I think if we would now choose, would probably be a full size, then a smaller version, and then maybe a new iteration of a 10 keyless version, and maybe somewhere between a DIY kit. Like those are plans, but nothing is set in stone yet, and everything can still change. But I don't think we will make a split version anytime soon. But maybe one day we will make one.
I think the split version is a step further away from 60%, for example. Split is very specific, but like Erik says, and that's why he says maybe, is that we love keyboards in general, and if it's up to us, we would make a new version
every month.
But reality,
that's not how the book works.
Reality is it takes a lot of time, effort, and especially money also to really get something off the ground. And
and then there's a question from Jasper. Will there be a Wooting 1 with a touchscreen trackpad like the Razer Death Striker Ultimate? That's a no.
Oh, that's not a maybe?
No. Who needs a touchscreen in a keyboard?
Sorry, Jasper.
Maybe in 10 years when those things become useful. Who knows? Well, never say never.
I think we're not the type of company to go to for that kind of keyboards. Touchscreen trackpads. crazy macro additions to the keyboard. Everything that makes it bigger or clunkier is a no-no in our house.
Yeah, true. Will there be a wireless version? We thought about a wireless version once, because wireless version a wireless keyboard can have a higher polling rate, and it can actually be faster than a USB connection. But in most of the time, the connection isn't that stable. And imagine if you had a LAN party and everybody has wireless keyboards. That's just horrible. But maybe one day there will be a wireless version. But
Maybe.
I also don't think anytime soon. I don't think in the next few years, because wireless versions most of the time means you need batteries included in it, and when you have batteries inside it, it's a pain in the ass to get those things through customs. You need all these regulations, and we are way too inexperienced to arrange everything.
I recently heard from a contact that if you make a Bluetooth keyboard or a Bluetooth device, I think it was for Bluetooth keyboard, you also need to have a Bluetooth license, and it costs like $8,000 to get in.
Per keyboard?
No, not per keyboard, but $8,000 to get in as a license. And then you also deal with, whenever you export Bluetooth devices and import Bluetooth devices, it's a really pain in the ass. It's a special customs check, and there's an additional duty on top of it, and it really sucks. So if you're ever wondering why there's not any more Bluetooth type of keyboards, because it's a real pain in the ass. That's probably why. Yeah.
And I think now, reading through the chat, a lot of people say I love the numpad, I need a numpad, and we also come to realize that lots of gamers need a numpad in their gaming life, especially with simulation games or Grand Theft Auto or more the complex games where you need more controls and more stuff to do. So that's really a viable thing, that a numpad version, a full-size version, will be there.
And we're not
soon.
We're not entirely anti-numpad or something. Just that we don't like big keyboards.
No, true.
Okay, so let's get back into the topic
yes,
of
actually
the machine.
The problem is solved, and to make sure that none other keyboards will have these kind of problems, and we now have a way to pick out really bad keyboards thanks to our new machine that will be done in like a week from now, and Carl is showing a 3D render of the machine right now.
Yeah, right now?
Right now. Let's do it.
I think it's here. I think you can see it here. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, is it there?
I think. Yeah. You see it? Is this the drawing? Oh, shit. So, what you basically see is here, there are a lot of pins, and each pin can go into a key, and each pin can measure 0.01 millimeter. What is it? How would you call that? Height. So yeah. So what it will basically do is the keyboard goes underneath, and it will press down. I think it takes like maybe 2 seconds, something like that. Press down and go back up, and then all the data is sent to the PC, and you can immediately see, oh, is the keyboard okay or NG again? And that's what Yoon has to work on when the machine is done. But we also collect data about what are the values of the keyboard, and we can use that for our research, and we can use that for the current keyboard, and maybe something we can think of that might be useful. We're not sure yet. Depends on the data we get out of it. So let me jump back to us again.
Wow, I thought the 3D render would be more exciting, but when I saw it, I was really excited. But now looking at it in the stream, it's like,
yeah. I mean, I can't run the CAD program now, but it's an image of the 3D render, so I'm cheating a little bit.
Have you considered a numpad, only macro pad, smaller, cheaper, and people could replace WASD with? So I think you're referring to a sort of Ouroboros thing from Logitech, or is it from Razer? Or the Orb Weaver, it's the name. It's like
Orb
separate.
Weaver, yeah. I think he means literally means a numpad. So
yeah.
But
we have thought about it, but it doesn't it doesn't get really cheaper. It will still be like a high price point, to be honest. If you like make a full-size keyboard, it will be cheaper to make than a 10 keyless version with a separate numpad, so to say. Because I always have the feeling that people kind of misinterpret how much, well, the components, the wait, now I'm starting through my words. The components you need and everything you need to make a separate numpad work, all the vital components are also in a full-size keyboard or in a 10 keyless version, especially if you want the analog thing. And those vital components are most of the time the most expensive ones. So that's why I think when people, when they want a separate numpad, they just want to pay like 20 or 30 euros for it. But I think that's probably impossible to make such device for such a less amount of money. And that's why I don't think it's also not really that viable for us to make a separate numpad at this point. I would rather make a full-size keyboard, I guess.
When you look at price point, the numpad quickly gets to the 80 or about, against the 80 kind of euros. But there's another issue, is that even if you make the numpad, you have two separate devices in the end. And what's not possible is that you have routing 1 and the numpad connected and using analog on both of them at the same time. You need to choose one of the two.
Because at this point it's not possible, but maybe in the future we'll find a new solution or emulate something to combine them both together. But before we can do that research, it will take us a lot of time, and that's why I also think a numpad at this point isn't really the viable product people need.
And also somebody mentioned about magnets clicking it to the keyboard. That would be cool, but we should have considered this in our original design. It's just that I think the biggest thing is that we really thought about numpad. I was very pro to go numpad style, and but looking now we're a lot of steps further, and looking back at it, it's just not a good idea to do that, because you're gonna hit against the problem of it's going to be a very limited device. It's going to have some issues, and it just doesn't stack up in the end with making just a full size in one time in the end. Okay, an orb weaver style, that's honestly too difficult for us right now. Too difficult meaning ergonomics plays a big role with that kind of device, and it's always, you have these special shapes. I've like no idea how to start with that right now.
No, and I also dislike how the shape is. I know for a fact that they're pretty comfortable to play on, but I think the design can improve. But before we've that sorted out, it will also take months and months of research.
Okay, so we have some machine questions here. With this machine, do we still need to put in the switches and keycaps? Yeah, so the idea is that you have this fully assembled keyboard, put it in the machine and do the test, and then it's approved or not. So actually you could also set it up without the keycaps, for example, but obviously you do need to have keyboard with switches at least. And so does this mean ghosting isn't a thing with the Wooting 1? Ghosting doesn't exist in the Wooting 1, that's correct. That's total ghosting is such bullcrap. Let's see.
Could you use the new machine to fine-tune each keyboard? I don't think the machine is really made to fine-tune keyboards. It's more to ensure that the quality of the keyboard is top-notch and within the spec that we provided, so that all the keys work properly the way we defined it and the way we made it. Because the fine-tuning, you can do that in the Wootility, so users can do that for themselves in the Wootility. But at least it will pick out the bad keyboards and pick out the good keyboards. But when everything goes all right, we don't need the machine and all the keyboards are good out of the box.
But then again, you have the research part that I mentioned before, is where with this data we are definitely able to do something, and something close to fine-tuning, yes, but right now it's not the entire purpose of it. We first have to see what the results are and the data we can get from it, and then we can take a look if we can use the data for the keyboard. let's see. Would there maybe be a workaround using the PCB of the Wooting one and not having one in the numpad?
Probably.
Yeah, you could have some kind of like.
Probably there's a way that you can interconnect them with each other and let all the Wooting one, the keyboard, do all the thinking work. But I also think that if you sell a separate numpad that has analog capabilities, you want it to be a standalone device. So people only want it as an analog little gamepad. They also want to use it. So I think if you go that way, you're kind of losing a sort of a big part of your market and a sort of basic, really basic model of your product.
Probably Rune will have some kind of answer like it's possible to combine the two.
Probably a less bullshitty answer we can give.
Yeah, but even if you could combine the two, it comes back to we need to change the design of the Wooting one first to make it compatible in that way. And it's a bit too late for that right now. So, I mean, it sounds very negative against the numpad idea, but it's not that we're
not against it.
No.
And I think a separate numpad will probably be higher on a priority list than a split keyboard at this moment. Well, products you want to make out or want to create. We don't want to make out with products. We only want to make out with a Wooting one. So yeah, I think the idea is very viable, and a few, like I've seen in the chat, there are a few ways we can go. We can make them more into one thing that all the thinking works in the Wooting one, or make a whole separate product. And but a lot of challenges before we hit that point that we can make a separate numpad.
And like comparatively faster to make a full size than a complex solution for a separate numpad.
Yeah, because making full size version is just like, okay, you go open a CAD drawing program, drag around over some keys, copy them to the right, and then
that's how we do it.
Let your Hoon figure everything out easy.
Something like that. Okay, so back to the topic of the machine and testing. Awesome, right? Yeah. And it comes with a new delivery date, obviously. And the delivery date now is estimated on middle of June till end of June. So it's delayed for 1 month. The way it's going to work is that when we receive the machine, Jeroen is going to China. He's going to work on the software and make it ready for mass production, the testing machine. Once that one is done, we can start doing the assembly and test the keyboards with this machine also. And this total production is definitely going to take like a week to 2 weeks. It's going to go very slow in the beginning because it's the first time, putting new tests. We'll have setting up the Q&A during the production, how to do the machine testing properly, and what is, the definition for specifications, is that good or bad. So it's going to take some time to go through. And obviously we're going to have a vlog again during the new mass production. So that's something to look forward to. And this time of the actual production.
Yes. Well, I think it's also safe to say that probably there won't be a daily vlog, but maybe a every other day vlog. I think it's also more convenient for Calder and Jeroen because the vlog, it takes a lot of energy to make them and edit them and publish them. So it will be a bit less stressful if we make a vlog every other day. Or something really important should happen or something exciting, then there will be like a daily vlog. But
see how it flows.
Yeah, we'll see how it flows. But there will be vlogs. That's pretty.
That's for sure.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, so that is, I think, the biggest news about Wooting itself and what's coming up, production, delivery date. Obviously, we're again very nervous and excited, getting ready for that production again. Only I feel this time a lot more confident because we already experienced, we know what to expect, and I don't see how I don't see how it can go wrong, but you have this you always have to keep this attitude of be ready.
Yeah, true.
But this time full confidence.
Yeah, I think we're already full confidence after the second trial production when we went into real mass production. But now looking back at it, the first mass production was a sort of third major test production.
Yeah.
And luckily we learned a lot about the product, and all the errors and fails we had, those are all solved. So that's a really amazing thing. I'm really happy about it. So we're looking forward to it. It's the mass production, and we can't really wait to get it started.
Alright, so we're now going to do something a bit new. We haven't done this in other live streams before, but we're going to do news topics, game news topics, short period, and share a bit about our opinion about it. So
we said internally via Slack, we said like, okay, everybody should pick like one news item, the thing that you're really excited about since the last live stream, and we should really share it to our community, because if we are excited about it, you guys should be excited about it. And that's why we have like 3 little news items that we're going to discuss, and why we are excited about this news.
And I have to tell you, Erik is especially the news guy here. So we have first, related to the last stream. Let me swap it up here. This is related to the last stream. In last stream we showed GTA 5, and apparently GTA is coming out with this new add-on called Tiny Racers. Now, I don't know if you're familiar with the Tiny Racers concept, but this used to be a game. This type of game I used to play it a lot when I was younger on the PlayStation, and I don't know, I think I played a lot with you too, Eric.
Probably.
And I personally really love this kind of gameplay where you see here top-down view, racing cars, and pick up some power-ups. And you know, I think if you're out of the map, like out of the screen zone, you're also out.
Yeah, probably Respawn. It's like a really arcade-style racing game, and as you can see, like the tracks are all small and you can fall off really easily. So here comes the winning one with the analog control, and I think it can really benefit from it, and that's why I'm really excited for it, because like Carl said, he loves this kind of games, I like this kind of games, and I really can't wait for it to be online, because I think it's the 25th of April when
25th.
This content, yeah. So it's like 2 days already. It's epic.
There's a good chance I'm definitely going to try it out, since you'll see in the video tomorrow and last stream, I set up analog profile for driving cars, and I'm very curious how well it works in this game.
Yeah.
So it's going to be pretty awesome.
And maybe we can do a competition during the next stream with some viewers. That would be pretty epic.
That'd be awesome.
I will see. Let's first see if we're any good at it, because we don't want the whole Rocket League thing again.
Oh, that sucks so much.
Okay, let's jump to the next news topic.
I think you can introduce this one about Battlefront. Battlefront. Similar to Battlefield, so.
Yeah, wait, let me. Yeah, this is a thing where I was really excited about, the whole Star Wars Battlefront 2 thing, and I always saw like Star Wars Battlefront 1. I always thought it was like Battlefield, but then reskinned with Star Wars stuff. And the thing I really hated about it was pretty expensive during release, and it was kind of incomplete. And over the course of a year, they just really released these DLCs, and I think it made the game like 3 or 4 times bigger. But you also had to pay a lot of money to access those content, and a lot of people hated it. And now EA responded to it that Star Wars Battlefront 2 probably won't have a season pass, or maybe don't have any paid DLCs, and that is super amazing. Because the biggest concern I always had with the season pass thing, especially in online games, because don't get me wrong, season passes are awesome for a single player game, but for an online competitive multiplayer game, it's completely shit in my opinion, because it only splits up the whole player base, and you don't want that. You don't want to have like one part of the community in the vanilla version and the other part of the community behind a paid wall. that's really a bad thing. And the thing I'm hoping is, because they probably want to make more money, so there'll probably be microtransactions in the game, if I would expect it. But as long as all the things you can buy in game are only like cosmetic upgrades, or maybe some time gate avoidant things, then it's okay in my opinion. So when you look at Overwatch, everything you pay for is only cosmetics, and every player is equally, when they start the game for the first time, and have access to all the content, well, except for ranked play, but I think you need to be level 25 for that. But I'm really hoping that more games, especially online competitive games, will drop DLCs, pay DLCs, and season passes altogether in the next upcoming years. And I think this is a really good step in the right direction from EA.
Yeah, especially with EA's reputation in the past being more profit-oriented and coming up with these kind of business models, which are kind of suck for the player base and just benefits them to earn, get more profits out of it. Just like how they did the pre-orders, especially with pre-orders, and like the extra shit you can get and the prices they ask for, and but to extent of that you feel it's very unfair and unreasonable. Because I'm personally a very big Battlefield fan, so I'm also very happy to see this. I never played Battlefront though,
but so it's Battlefield.
But
then you can also play like one super character like Darth Vader or Jar Jar Binks.
Oh my god. So
okay,
Eric, there's a question here. When it comes out, Eric, when it comes out, want to play Battlefront 2?
Yes. Today when it comes out, I'll be playing Battlefront 2. But I'm also wanted to play, probably I want to test out the new Call of Duty, but that's it's probably a bit different than this. It's a lot different, but hopefully that the rumors are true and that they will get back to a World War I or World War II setting. That's also a thing I'm excited about, but that's completely off topic again.
It's having a very tough time now, though. We'll see.
Breaks asked, did you guys play Rainbow Six Siege? Yeah, I played it. I liked it, but I was pretty bad at it. I really love these kind of slow-paced gameplay where everything needs to be tactical and every choice you make should be thought about it. Yes, strategy game, and when shit hits the fan, you should react accordingly. So I liked it, but I think it was a bit too hard. I wouldn't say hardcore for me, but I didn't have the time to grow into the game and learn all strategies and communicate well, so I kind of let it pass.
I only played this one time. They had this open season, free pass season, where you could just try out the game, and I played it for a little while. Tried analog, obviously. I have to say, analog doesn't work. Like, analog in the game is freaking awesome, but it has the issue of, what was it again? You can move the mouse, you can move with your keyboard, but it doesn't register mouse clicks when you're using the keyboard. It was really weird, and made it unusable that way. But the game itself would work so well with analog. And for what I played, was really awesome. I'm really that kind of player for that kind of games. But like Eric said, you really need to get into it. It costs a lot of time, and right now, that's not an option at all.
There's a steep learning curve, like Breck says.
So now we have the last,
news item.
Last news item, which is keyboard related, and it's about another brand keyboard. You maybe saw it in the tab here, but it's about Logitech. Because Logitech did something which we can only say it was a good move, smart move, and got about time, like kind of like late with it. It's a
smart move, but this is like very, very personal. And the thing what we love about keyboard is, especially gamer keyboards, that aren't gamerish. Because a lot of keyboards are like over the top, overkill, and have all these bells and whistles on it. And of course, some people like those things, and some people really want those things. But the three of us, we we would rather see as clean and simple keyboard. And Logitech has made such a keyboard. I think it's the G413 or G413.
Before they made one, but was still very. Here's also with this new keyboard, they also make use of aluminum instead of making it plasticky. And honestly, Logitech for me is known for using a lot of plastics for older products, an older product range. Not saying that the quality is bad of Logitech because they have really great customer service, but definitely saying that it really gives a different quality feel and it gives a different product feel. And this is the first time they have, I think it's aluminum base, aluminum case with normal font for the keys.
Finally, hooray for that.
Yeah, that got about time. So I'm very happy to see that. Okay, so jumping to the last point here, we're back in talking mode, and it looks like Cop wants me to check Discord, so I'm going to do that in the meanwhile. But the last thing is that it's about reviews. Maybe you want to share about reviews.
Me?
Yes.
We've sent out some demo keyboards out to some awesome reviewers, some beta keyboards or trial production keyboards, whatever you want to call them. And we thought it was important because first we wanted to we had a whole planning for this year that now we're going to release the Wooting 1 to all the Kickstarter backers and some batch 1 users, and then we're going to make a second production batch and somewhere in between who will have reviewers available that review our product and talk about it and share their opinion. And we didn't want to delay it, but we also didn't want to fire it up the original way we had it planned to send out a lot of keyboards to a lot of different review websites and companies, and also some streamers and YouTubers and etc. Because marketing and reviewing is important. But now what we're doing, we're now slowly releasing some keyboards to reviewers from time to time until the launch. So you guys can have an opinion about the Wooting 1 that isn't completely biased. Because when we talk about the Wooting 1, it's always like, oh, everything's amazing, it's super awesome, and this is great. And we also think it's important that the world learns about the Wooting 1 from a different perspective. And that's why we've sent out some keyboards for review, and probably some reviews will become to go online in the next few weeks. That's pretty amazing and cool.
And we've been behind with our schedule on this, and it's kind of killing that we are, honestly. And
but it's also everything's delayed, so that's also a thing that is delayed. But we're slowly starting that whole thing, because I think our original plan was now that everybody over the world would have a Wooting 1, and all the cool review websites and guys and girls would have a Wooting 1 to test it out and to give their opinion about it. We all know how that ended.
So I'm personally I sent a couple of boards not too long ago, and I think in the next 2 weeks somewhere there should be some kind of hands-on or early review coming out of the Wooting 1, and it's going to be very nerve-wracking to say the least. We would send out I think we would send a lot more boards by now if it wasn't for the very limited amount of boards that we can get our hands on right now, and production being around the corner. But yeah, looking forward to it.
And I think another important point is that why we don't send out a lot of review boards at this point. Because we always we told the reviewers that you can show the keyboard, you can talk about it, you can play around with it, but don't show the bugs or what's inside it, because that should still be a surprise for the early backers, and we don't want to spoil or ruin the unboxing surprise.
Yeah.
And I think some reviews will probably honor that quest or the thing we request from them, but if we send them out to 50 review websites, keyboards, probably some of them will leak it or forget about it or ruin the surprise, and that's why we're also doing it very slowly.
Hey, you probably noticed earlier I typed a bit on the keyboard. And the microphone is literally above my keyboard. And I have blue switches in, so it's nice and loud. And that brings us to the next thing also. We have a game showcase. And this game showcase is called Rive?
Rive, yeah.
Right? Yeah, Rive.
It's it's a game I received in my Humble Bundle a few weeks ago, and I absolutely love the game. It's a bullet hell sideway shooting, not really a scrolling game. It has some scrolling sections, but it's more of a bullet hell game. And the cool thing is, I met the guys from Two Tribes, from the game, this summer in the Dutch Game Garden. So it's made by a Dutch developer team, Two Tribes. And I think they're now based in Amersfoort, but they're really friendly and nice guys. And I always loved that game, but I kind of forgot about it. And when I had it in my Humble Bundle, I was really surprised that it already was finished. And it's really polished, a nice looking game with great artwork and some epic gameplay. Does it have analog? No, it does have analog. Why we're showcasing the game? To show the blue switches. Because it's a bullet hell game and you need to be fast and agile and speedy, Calder bumped up his whole actuation point to the maximum in Wootility, and he installed the blue switches just to get faster feedback when a key is pressed.
Yeah, I'll show some quick utility thing as well. With this time when you can see the keyboard at the same time, because last time it was one of the comments, so you can take a look. I'll change switch, hot swap a switch. I'll change the actuation point and change some colors, and then we're going to jump into the game. And Briex, Amersfoort really, and I used to live also in Amersfoort, so if you're from the same area...
Well, we should say hi to them and maybe go inside and ask for a free copy of the Rive. I mean, that can never harm. Because it's a really great game, if you're into these kind of games, so to say.
Okay, so switch to the Wootility, and if I'm right, you can also see the keyboard here, and I have blue switches now. Wait, maybe we can do a little bit of typing. Okay, there we go. Now I'm not sure if we're gonna see this, okay? But let's do some typing. Here you see in the Wootility, I have my digital profile on and these rainbow colors onto it. And here you see actuation point. Now, digital profile is your keyboard profile. And I'm going to change this actuation point to 15. Don't look at the numbers too much. And it's not logic yet. Changes in the next version. But 15 is basically means that I put the actuation point very, very, very low down the key. So if I get my notepad here, and for example W, it will take a while before it registers. And you can, if you listen very well, you can hear the click first, and then it registers much later. So let me type a bit here. Okay, beautiful. So now I'll change the actuation point to the highest point, so it's very early. Let's see here. And now on the click, a little bit before the click actually. Let's do it again. It starts to type. And let's do this again. I have some kind of problem with doing. See that? Okay. So that is a basic actuation point, and this is the blue switch. I'll do a bit more of. And let me hot swap the switch here while still using the keyboard. I don't know if you can see this here, but I got A and S out, and we're gonna swap the S switch, blue switch, and we're gonna swap it here with a F key. this one here. Let's put the other one here. And you see there's no flip shit going on, as in the key's activating or something like that. I have to say...
It used to happen.
It could happen. Depends on your actuation point. And it also depends...
It also depends on the sun level, on the infrared level.
Yes,
In
exactly.
the sky. So if you're like outside in the full afternoon sun and you hot swap the switches, it's not preferable because then the keyboard will go into flip shit mode.
That's a bit funny though. So that's hot swapping. Then jumping to the Wootility and changing colors, I'm going to change this to analog profile 1. You can see I have this weird color set up. Now I'm going to grab yellow here and I'm going to change this whole row. And you can see that the keyboard changes immediately from color. And this is kind of like what we call live preview of your color changes. So you can take a look and see if it's a color you like, etc. But afterwards you do need to save it so it stays on. And did I change this to caps lock? I did. Okay. So here you can swap between modes. And you can see I'm pressing caps lock to swap between modes here. And you see that Wootility is live syncing here with my keyboard. And the fact that I have it on caps lock is because I programmed it there. So I'm going to change it back to mode key here. And now swapping profiles is back on mode key. And this is kind of the short thing I want to show about the Wootility during this live stream, because we're just jumping, was it Rive? I keep forgetting. The game Rive.
Right, yeah.
But we just need digital mode. We don't need to have an analog profile. So let's get it started. Give me a second here.
Yeah, this question from Quinn. How can we set the activation point exactly after the click? Will it be possible to do so? Yeah, it's possible to do so because you have a broad range where you can set the activation point on. And now it's 15 to 90, and those numbers don't make any sense. It's just like there's a big range where you can put the activation point on from highest to lowest. And I think we'll probably make some default thingy where it's like, especially on the 2 millimeters, because that's where the click happens. Oh, I'm not moving. Yeah, I think I'll
because I'm in the game.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's switch to the game here. Sorry, was there more questions before?
Something about an anus out.
What?
But now you cannot use your fingers to rub it without switching still tight. Eric is not moving. No, there weren't any other questions.
All right. Okay, so let's get into this game. I have to be honest, I played this first mission for 1 minute just to get an idea what the game was. And other than that, I have no idea. And you're gonna hear a lot of clicking from the blue switches. So actually there's 2 clicks in
I
the
don't see any game in it, fella.
You don't see any game?
No. Just see black screens. So.
Doesn't record the game? Oh no.
Got me hyped about nothing.
Yeah, sorry. Okay. Probably has to do with OBS here. Give me 1 second.
Oh, now I'm frozen. Very beautiful bows. Oh no, not frozen again. Not frozen. Oh.
Oh, I see why. Sorry for that.
Oh my god, such a amateuristic stream again.
It wasn't GTA, so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, let's restart this mission and let's jump back into the game. So, if I'm right, we can see the game now. And okay, you're gonna hear, like I said, you're gonna hear a lot of my blue clicks here. This is a traditional asteroid shooter. And other than that, I don't know anything. Eric has to say more about this game.
I still don't see any game. I just see my face frozen, and you're like really focused.
You're kidding me, right?
No, I think you forgot to switch the scene.
No, I did. So I'll press
No,
it
no,
now.
you didn't.
No, I did.
You didn't.
I did.
No, wait.
Did it switch now?
I'm not sure. Does it delay? Who knows?
Is it lag? Okay.
Oh my god.
I don't. Maybe it doesn't.
It's a good thing you go. You. Yeah, well.
Oh wait. Okay. Wait.
No.
Wait.
I look like a chicken or something.
Okay. Let's do this one more time. Now it should show it again. Can we see the menu? Yes.
Oh yeah. Now I
okay.
see a menu.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's get going. So not.
Finally.
So what I really like is they really brought some new concepts. Let's see. Now there's gravity, and I can't fly everywhere anymore. So now it's basically a platform game, I guess.
Yep.
So the robot got a little bit annoyed that I killed him all the time. Yeah, indeed. Open the door.
You keep on killing him. Oh, he should open the door, right? So he shouldn't.
Yeah. I think it's until here. Well, it's until here that I played, so.
Okay, so the game starts off pretty easily, which is I think the game is really great made and it has a great user experience because you get involved into the world step by step and learn about different enemies and learn about different hazards in the game, and you discover step by step what you need to do. And I think after level of 3 you you know the basics of the game, and then you know like everything that you can do and achieve in the game. And then it just gets really challenging because you have to do multiple things at the same time, look out for different hazards at the same time, and it also has a really nice little story to it. And later on it really gets challenging, and I like these kind of games, and it's really fast, super fun to play, and there's a pretty sweet story to it.
I'm surprised how much platform there is now. I think you already got scrolling shooter.
Yeah, it has some side scrolling. Yeah, it's. I think later in the game you just get dropped in a sort of a little zone with different obstacles, and then all the enemies come spurring to you right away. So you have a little battle arena, and sometimes there are side-scrolling areas. Sometimes there are areas where you have to run away from lava or gasoline.
Well, I don't know what I just. Okay, yeah, I picked something up with a laser. Like upgrading my gun or something. Oh my god. Oh, there were probably a lot of secrets there that I missed out on. Upgrade machine. Oh, why did it tell me to right click? Wait, is this the upgrade machine done? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and left side's the upgrade machine.
Falcon attack. Let 1,000 guided missiles bloom or well 7. Okay, sold out. Alright, great. Next time. Sure.
Yeah, well,
So, these ammo crates are for the rockets, I assume?
Yeah,
oh.
Because
oh, nice.
you can still upgrade things, you know. There are like only certain things available at one moment because you need coins to buy and purchase these upgrades. And the rocket you now have is a really nice upgrade and a nice attack to kill a whole bunch of enemies at the same time. Oh, and the game has amazing bosses in it, and the whole visual thing is pretty cool. It's pretty nice, neat.
Really enjoying the graphics. Cool. Is this the boss? Oh no, I can upgrade. Okay.
I don't know. I'm looking at you with a delay, so.
All right. Oh, I made it! Yeah. Oh, it's a pretty cool game.
Yeah, it is, and like I told you, later on it really gets challenging, and so everyone should really try this game, and I would really recommend blue switches for this game, so you can get deaf.
Kudos to the developers, and they should check it out. Dutch developers.
Dutch developers.
Okay, I think I don't want to make this entire stream about playing the game though. I can do another level, should I?
Yeah, just play another level and everybody can drop questions and
Alright.
I will answer them. But you have to keep talking, because you need to be a professional streamer, like famous one, famous Twitch streamer.
Keep talking. Right. I can't play games and talk. It's really terrible. Or I'm just totally bullshit talking. Wait, that's what all streamers do, right?
Nah.
No, it's seriously. I find it really hard to play games and talk.
Okay, well, just play the game and I'll make a nice story. Quinn asking, will we do Rocket League afterwards? Today we're not gonna do Rocket League because today is this weekend actually is a special weekend for Calder and me.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah.
There's other game.
The thing is, there's another game called Crowfall, and Crowfall is a sort of I think they call themselves like a throne war PvP MMO RPG.
It's a very mouthful.
Yeah. Bottom line is, if you ever played Shadowbane, this is the new Shadowbane.
Which nobody knows.
Which nobody knows, but it's a really PvP oriented game and it's probably punishing, and if you die you lose a lot of materials or resources and you just don't need to die, you just need to kill everyone else and loot their stuff. But the cool thing is Calder backed their Kickstarter, I guess 2 years ago, and he got 2 copies, one for himself and one for me because he's way too friendly. And finally Calder has access to the early pre-alpha 4, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Pre-alpha 4.0 something. It's not even an alpha version now.
No. So after the stream, Calder and I were gonna play it and we're gonna check it out, and the game is far from done, and it's still lacking some vital features and some great animation, so to say, and maybe some tight gameplay, but the whole concept and idea behind it is pretty amazing.
Yeah, and it's really the concept and the idea behind it, and knowing that it was from Shadowbane developers, or most of the team is from original Shadowbane, and you also have a guy from Star Wars Republic, I think it was. Because of that, I have just really high hopes, and I know the concept they have is really good and cool, and when playing this pre-alpha, I get that old feeling back again from original Shadowbane. The
excitement, the stealth,
oh my God, those are mine.
The fear of losing an item. I think one of the best memories I have from Shadowbane was Carl and I and some other guy, we were farming these runes, and there was one rune that was really special and we needed it to craft or buy something, I'm not sure, but the runes got dropped by some world bosses, and each time a world boss would spawn, it would be in a general chat like, oh, this boss has spawned, and grab it. So Carl and I and our friend, we went to the world boss and we killed him and we got the rune. But the thing was, we didn't have any teleport scrolls and they were really far away from the close nearby town.
Oh,
but we couldn't lose the rune because we needed the rune, and it's very difficult to get that specific rune. Yeah, and then we saw a group of people coming behind us. Yeah. And the funny thing is, I think originally Calder looted the rune, and everybody in the chat can see who looted the rune, so everybody was behind Calder. And then we had the idea, okay, I'm gonna give the rune to Eric to be in his inventory, and then Eric runs away, we'll all run separate ways and see how far we can get. So we went in stealth and running, and it was, I think like 2 guys were following me, and I was so afraid. I was running, getting in stealth, hiding, and well, after a while I reached the town, and that was like really amazing. And we had the rune. It only cost me like 6 years of my life from stress.
Yeah, I think the most what really sold me on the game, or what made Shadowbane really addictive, like you didn't have any quests or I screwed up. You didn't have any.
Yeah, you didn't have any quests. It was pure grinding and PvPing, and you can literally during the game whatever you want. You could join a group and fight as a group, or just be a completely solo rogue kind of warrior, so to say, and just only be in stealth and steal stuff and loot dead corpses in big battles, and
Yeah, what really made the game was the people playing the game also, because you know, you had like your guild, you had actual battles, and you know, you had alliances with other guilds and kind of stuff. And you know, if you would see somebody, I'm really sucking now. If you would see somebody walking around, you would first ask yourself, okay, is that like friendly or not a friendly? And even if it's a friendly, they can still kill you if you want, but it's gonna bring you into like political problems. Oh my god.
Yeah.
See,
well, the question is, can I
not
destroy him? Can I kill him? Can I defeat him? And does he have any epic loot for me? Quinn is asking if we will stream Crowfall. No, we'll probably not stream Crowfall, because the game is fairly complex even to start it off, because you need to craft your own stuff and gather timber, and
it's going to be very slow and boring for you guys at first. Yeah.
And we just know jack shit about the game. So we can't really go into any deep things or deep stuff about the game, but I think there are some really great YouTube videos out there that cover the game better than we can ever do. Another question is, what type of plastics are you using on the keycaps, ABS or PBT?
Oh, so yeah, go ahead.
Well, we're using ABS.
Yeah, and it's very simple. We have a it's your typical ABS keycap with black coating, black painted, and then UV coating over it. And then before it's UV coated, it's laser engraved, and it's kind of like the typical thing for backlight keycaps, especially for the stock keyboard. I do have to say that you do have different quality in these type of keycaps, and I don't have a lot to, like, looking at from different keycaps that I've seen. The quality of these are pretty good, and I don't know how to explain really, but
I think the quality is good, and the design is pretty neat. It doesn't have the stock boring font on it, or the ugly gamer.
Who designed the font?
I'm not sure.
Is that maybe Eric?
Yes. I think that makes it very clear that like every question we answer, it's very biased, but are they as nice as, for example, double shot PBT keycaps?
No.
Nah, they're not, but then again, for double shot PBT keycaps, they cost like 40 euros or maybe 50 euros for a nice set.
Yeah,
or maybe more if you win them.
I have to say that if you have a chance to get PBT, dice sub PBT keycaps or double shot keycaps, you should definitely go for it. There is a quality difference in the different. Wow. Should have used my special there. And different PBT keycaps and double shot ABS per brand. But yeah, it's just more superior than what you're gonna get on the stock keyboard. And you know, if the question is like, oh well, guys, why didn't you already put it on the keyboard then? It's very simple. It to do the custom font like we have right now, like that Eric made on these keycaps, you can just laser engrave it, and it's backlit. And with these keycaps, you can do that. If you want to do that with double shot, PBT or ABS, you need to make a whole custom molding, and that is like mind-blowing expensive to make your own. So then the only option you have is go to other vendors that already have these molds for these keycaps and buy it from them, put it in your keyboard. But this is the big problem. Like every vendor that I've seen all have this ugly Chinese font type of keycaps with double shots, and you know, if you know us, that's unacceptable.
So will we have some more higher quality or more high-end keycaps, so to say, in the future? Maybe.
Yeah. I mean,
well, it's really cool to make these kind of things, but the initial cost, it's way too expensive to set it up, and for us.
It makes the keyboard more expensive also, but in general, if once we're able to invest in it ourselves, when that moment comes, then we're just going to upgrade all our keyboards with it, basically. And we don't need to increase the cost because we know we're going to get a return on that investment anyway. It's just that for that reason, previous reasons, you know, it's not possible to do it with this keyboard.
Okay, but now let me just discuss a little bit about Rive. And you see Carl is struggling on a sort of conveyor belt, and it's really funny that the game can change so dramatically in just one little setting, because the core gameplay is still the same, but the challenge is now completely different. Because now Carl is being pushed to the left each time he touches the ground, so he needs to fly and stay high and avoid obstacles during during this gameplay session. And this is another cool thing that makes Rive a really nice game, because it's different in each level, and there will be new challenges around the corner. I never feel that you're like mastering the game, because each time there's a new surprise that you have to master again.
Yeah, I'm really surprised with the how versatile the game is. I'm really surprised how versatile the game is. They always have something new, and we're just in the start of the game. I really feel try a lot of different stuff.
Yeah. This
first time I finally used my
tutorial thing.
Finally used my rockets in the right way. Yay! I'm always so bad with special guns.
No, but later on you're gonna feel bad, because you can see in the top right, in the bottom right corner, you have like these 4 special attacks, like a shotgun attack.
And you can switch in between.
Sort of electric attack. Yeah, you can switch in between, but you only have 1 charge each time of your special, and only when you pick up the crates you get a new charge.
I totally
of your
missed
special.
out on that there. I should have climbed on top. Oh, that sucks. Okay. Yay! Complete.
Yeah, and like Aldo said, like he was kind of he felt bad because he couldn't get an air fan, and this game has a lot of these little secret areas around, and probably the first one you play through you don't see them, or you just miss out on them, but then it's it's too late. You're done goofed.
All right, I'm gonna.
Yeah, are the Flatic switches MX keycap compatible? Yeah, they are. Yes, that's pretty neat.
Right. Let me show you here.
I don't have to apologize.
So you have the cross underneath on the keycap, and on the switch, also the cross. And even so, the spring inside is also Cherry MX compatible, so you can get any aftermarket spring and swap it around. Okay, I think we're at an end. Otherwise, it's going to be very late on my side also.
Yeah. Now, I think we need to play Crowfall.
Yeah, and we need to play Crowfall. So, we're at the end of the live stream, and I hope you guys enjoyed the new format. Definitely some feedback behind in the comments or in the feedback link below with a game you would like to see, and maybe you have a good suggestion for a good game you would like to see in the stream. Doesn't have to specifically be analog. We want to broaden our stream a bit besides purely analog and wooting itself. So if you have
I have a cool game. Forza Horizon 3.
Got Vampire, Forza Horizon. I don't think is the next live stream. Is that I'm in China or 37th? Okay, there's a very good chance I'm still in Taiwan before the next live stream. So the next live stream, I can do Forza. But you have to help me with the game to get the game, okay? That's the deal. You help me get the game, I'll do the stream. And, okay, so, yeah, I hope you guys like the new format. And if you, what was it? Oh yeah, news stuff already said. Then, oh my god, yeah, okay, we want to get started with Crowfall. End of the video.
No, but let me just put the stream in retrospective. I really enjoyed the stream. There was a lot of nice chat activity, and I think it's because Jeroen isn't here.
Yeah,
Jeroen always gets his boring technical stuff. And, oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. Technical issue. No, that's no, but I really enjoyed it, and I really liked also how you guys reacted to the other sort of little news topic things. Yeah, that was pretty neat.
So
okay. Yeah, and be sure to check out Rive, and keep an eye out on our Discord and social channels for the news. And Carl will have a new
Hi, Howden.
blog online. Or vlog?
Tomorrow
Yeah.
we have a new blog online. It basically says the things we already talked about in this live stream, but there's a video in there where I go through the Wootility with GTA, and that might be worth checking out. So, there was one more thing I wanted to say, and now I'm totally empty-minded. We are considering about streaming on Twitch instead of YouTube, because the YouTube traffic outside of the people already coming to the stream is very low, and it's very hard to find your own stuff for some reason. So we're just kind of considering. If you have some opinions, or if you would rather keep this YouTube format, then let us know in the comments. And if you have any improvements, feedback is great.
Yeah, we can also talk about newer times and dates for the live stream, because I don't think Sunday in the afternoon, especially Europe afternoon, the time it is now, isn't the best time to stream.
Especially for
American
US
users.
I guess, yeah. So yeah, we let us know about what are good time slots also for you guys that we can change, and perhaps we will do a different time slot each stream. Every the 2 weeks we switch it up, or there's another stream with different time slot. We'll figure something out.
We probably will do.
Okay. It's also good to know, thanks for saying that you only come here when it's posted on Discord, so we'll make sure that Discord is more properly informed. We're still a bit sucky with social stuff. Anyway, check out the blog tomorrow, and we'll see you otherwise in the next live stream in 2 weeks, or talk to us in our Discord, which is in the links below, and we're always there checking it out, answering questions and stuff. So until the next stream.
Bye guys and girls.